In today's session, we're going to go over some best practices for matching your products to existing listings, how to apply to sell in restricted categories and brands, and how to suggest edits to a product detail page. We'll also provide an overview of the automated pricing and the featured offer um, and what the featured offer is. So today, your presenters are Lucy, Rami, and Kiona. They'll be spending the first part of our time walking us through a presentation before we transition into the Q&A portion. And as a reminder for Q&A, please feel free to add your questions into that same chat box throughout our time today. We have team members that are monitoring this and will either address them as they come in or surface live after the presentation. And please note that the specialists that we have on the line are specifically for the material that we cover in session, so please keep all questions related to the topics that are presented. And with that, I'll pass it to Rami to kick us off.
Yep. Thanks, Yas. Hey, everyone. This is Rami. So we'll get started with the process of matching your products to existing listings. So there are two important aspects of every Amazon product listing: the product detail page and the offer. A product detail page is the page customers see and where they can add products to their cart. The offer is the specific price and delivery options you've provided for your product. When you list products already sold in the Amazon store, you'll be matching your ASIN to an existing listing product detail page. Matching helps you add your offer information to the product detail page that already exists for that product. Matching your product correctly helps customers find your offer. So take the time to ensure that you've matched your listing correctly to the exact product. This means color, quantity, size, and all other variations should match exactly to the existing listing. So we could take note of the GIF here. So let's look at one way to match your product to an existing listing. Start by selecting Add a Product in the Inventory section of the Seller Central main menu. Next, search for the product you'd like to use or like to sell using the search bar. You can search for products by title, keyword, or product ID. When you find the product you'd like to match to, you can enter the new price or click the Sell This Product button. Next, enter the price you'd like into the standard price field. We'll talk more about strategies for keeping your prices competitive a bit later. And when you're finished, you can click Save and Finish. To match your existing products to the lowest price in the Amazon store or the featured offer, update your price directly on your Manage Inventory page. So we'll go into common errors. So there are some common errors that sellers may encounter when matching their listings. You may find that multiple products use the same product ID. When this happens, you'll need to contact Amazon to help us determine which ID your product should be matched to. Errors can also be caused when your product's data, like manufacturer, condition type, or part number, matches more than one product. You'll need to enter more specific product information when this happens. Sometimes Amazon will find a product match listed with a different associated stock keeping unit or SKU. This can happen if you reuse previously associated SKUs. To fix this issue, delete the SKU and resubmit your product data. So now let's cover some best practices for matching products to existing listings in the Amazon store. First, be sure to use unique product identifiers for your listing. Use a standard product identifier like ISBN, UPC, or EAN. This is the most important factor in matching to existing listings. Next, use the part numbers issued by the manufacturer. This number is different from the product SKU and helps manufacturers identify their products. Be sure to also provide the full brand, publisher, or manufacturer name. Fill in each of the specific attribute fields that are relevant to your product. Don't use general purpose merchandising fields for these values. And finally, never reuse SKUs. If you need to change the SKU for a product, don't recycle old SKUs. Issue a new SKU for the product and reassign the product to the new SKU. So we'll jump into requesting approval. Certain product categories and brands require approval before you can list. When you're searching for products to add, click Add a Product in the Inventory section of the Seller Central main menu. Then on the next page, click Show Limitations, the Show Limitations link next to your item to find any necessary approvals. Clicking the Apply to Sell button on this page will begin the application process for your approval in that category or brand. When you apply for approval to sell in a particular category or brand, you'll need to supply invoices for the product, as well as images ensuring packaging standards and guidelines are met. If applicable, you may also be asked to provide relevant certifications or testing documents showing the product meets safety guidelines. When you apply to sell products from certain brands, you may be asked to provide a letter of authorization or invoice from a verifiable supplier before getting approved. And we'll jump into invoices. An invoice is a document that records the transaction of goods between a buyer and a supplier. It typically shows an itemized list of goods received and the terms of sale. The invoice you submit to Amazon must either be in PDF or JPEG format. All information must be unobscured and easy to read, though you may omit pricing information if you wish. The invoice you submit must be issued within 180 days of the day of your application submission and must include the manufacturer's or distributor's name. Your full name and address should be included and should match the information in your selling account. The invoice must also include the manufacturer's or distributor's full business address, website URL, or phone number. Finally, the invoice you provide must show the combined purchase of at least 10 units of the product you're applying to sell. The specific requirements for approval will vary by brand, category, and subcategory. To find detailed information on a specific category's requirements, search Overview of Categories in Seller Central and select the selling guidelines for the category you're interested in. And some common categories don't require approval before you can list products. For example, the books category doesn't require approval, though collectible books have specific condition requirements. Categories like grocery and gourmet foods and health and personal care don't require approval, but contain certain subcategories that do. When first getting started, be sure to review the specific requirements for the categories and subcategories you'd like to list in. As a best practice, apply for approval before you begin listing products that require approval. And with that, I'll go ahead and pass it to our next speaker, Kiona.
Thank you so much, Rami. Now, let's cover some tips for deciding which products make sense to sell for your business. With the sheer number of products out there, it can be tough choosing what to sell. When you're considering carrying a new product, you can consult the Amazon bestsellers list to see if your idea has potential. The Amazon bestsellers list is updated hourly and shows the 100 most popular products in the Amazon store based on sales. You can use this list, which shows what shoppers are buying, to aid in your product research. You can also use the Amazon movers and shakers list to help you zero in on the products you want to specialize in. This list shows you the biggest gainers in terms of sales rank over the last 24 hours. Use this list to find the top 100 trending product performers, how much sales rank has increased, previous rankings for products, number of reviews, and pricing range. Use each of these factors to help you determine which products could be the most profitable for your business. When considering products for your business, try to look for ways to put your own spin on trending products. When you're considering a specific product type or category, ask yourself what can you improve on that's already selling well, or if you can offer something even better. Look for high demand, low competition products. High demand products with a lower number of reviews could indicate lower competition and be a good space for your business to enter. You can also use product reviews to help guide your product improvements. Understanding customer feedback can help you get a sense of the pros and cons of a product and hone in on areas for improvement. Finally, always try to get creative. Look for ways to make a trending product unique, like offering a product year round or launch a new product of higher quality than the competition. So, after you've added your products, you may notice aspects of their detail pages you'd like to change. When multiple sellers offer the same product through a single detail page, Amazon automatically combines the best product data from each seller submission to ensure the best customer experience. So, if your product is listed on a detail page, you can suggest edits to update it. To suggest an edit, select Manage Inventory from the Inventory section of the Seller Central main menu. Next, click the Edit button next to the product you want to update. On the Edit Product Info page, select the tab relating to the information you'd like to update. Choose Vital Info to update the title and key product information. Use images to edit images and description to update the description and bullet points. Now, once you've made your edits, click Save. If your edits are accepted, they'll appear on the product detail page within 24 hours. If your contributions don't show after 24 hours, Amazon's system has selected another contributing seller's information. When you suggest updates for branded products that you aren't the brand owner of, you'll need to create a case with seller support and provide proof supporting the suggested changes. Proof can come in the form of a manufacturer's or publisher's website URL that clearly shows your suggested changes. And this URL should also show a visible product ID if available. You can also submit high resolution product photos that clearly show the suggested changes along with a visible product ID. This photo can be of the item in its original packaging, also showing the product ID. Requests can't be accepted without valid proof. When you add your offer to an existing product detail page, it can appear in a few different places. The prominent placement with Add to Cart and Buy Now buttons is the featured offer, formerly known as the Buy Box. Sellers can earn this placement based on a variety of factors, including competitive pricing and customer delivery promise. If your offer doesn't earn featured offer placement, it will appear in a section of Other Offers, which can be labeled as new and used or from other Amazon sellers. Now, feature offer placement is available to sellers with professional selling accounts. If you're a professional seller, check if your products are eligible for the featured offer on the Manage Inventory page. Be sure you have the Buy Box eligible column enabled. To enable the column, click Preferences on the Manage Inventory page, then select the checkbox next to Buy Box Eligible and click Save Changes at the bottom of the page. When enabled, this column will display whether or not each of your products is eligible for featured offer placement. Like we mentioned, one of the key factors in earning featured offer placement is a competitive price. Keeping your prices updated manually can be time consuming, and so we recommend using automate pricing to save time and stay competitive. You can use automate pricing to automatically adjust prices on SKUs in your catalog. And like we mentioned, Automate pricing rather lets you create custom rules and select which specific SKUs each rule will apply to. You set a minimum and maximum price for each rule. Automate pricing will never adjust your price below the minimum or above the maximum you set, helping you stay competitive within a profit margin you're comfortable with. Pricing rules establish when an automated price change should occur. For example, you can create a price rule that keeps a product's price 10 cents below the featured offer price, but never below a certain amount. You could also create a rule that keeps your price $1 above the lowest available market price with a maximum you're comfortable with. Keeping your prices updated and competitive automatically can help you scale and streamline your business. Now, I will be passing you over to Lucy.
Thanks, Kiana. With your inventory added and up to date with Automate Pricing, let's talk about options for order fulfillment and how you can stay efficient. You have two main options for fulfilling orders as an Amazon seller. You can use Fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA, to let us fulfill your order, or you can fulfill orders yourself, known as FBM, MFN, or self-shipping. With FBM shipping, you handle coordination of delivery and tracking information with both your carrier and customer. When you handle shipping yourself, you will create shipping templates to offer specific options and transit times to particular regions or address types. When you provide delivery to different regions, you will need to calculate and track delivery capabilities for the carrier you use to ensure you are offering an accurate delivery promise. Sellers sometimes set longer than expected transit times for standard shipping deliveries, which can lead to unnecessarily long delivery promises that aren't as attractive to customers. We recommend that all FBM sellers aim to meet or exceed the shipping times that Amazon sets to provide the best customer service possible. Shipping Settings Automation, or SSA, can help you significantly simplify the delivery region and transit time calculation process. Just tell Amazon where you ship from and what shipping service you use, and we will calculate the accurate transit time using the most up-to-date data available. Using SSA can help you avoid calculating shipping information and tracking shipping delivery performance yourself. SSA can also help you provide more accurate delivery promises. For shipping metrics, watch your late shipment rate, or LSR. LSR tracks orders that have shipment confirmed after the expected ship date. You will need to keep this below 4%. Your valid tracking rate, or VTR, tracks orders shipped with valid tracking and should always be above 95%. On-time delivery rate, or OTDR, tracks orders that arrive by their expected delivery date. Keep this metric above 97%. Any order cancellation that you initiate will affect your pre-fulfillment cancellation rate, or CR, which you'll need to keep below 2.5%. You should also watch your customer service performance. Your order defect rate, or ODR, tracks orders that result in negative feedback, A to Z guarantee claims, or credit chargebacks. Keep your ODR below 1% and be sure to monitor all of your performance metrics to help avoid account issues. As a reseller, FBA can be a great choice when you're looking to automate more of your business. With FBA, you send your inventory to Amazon fulfillment centers. When you receive an order, we pick, pack, and ship the order for you. Amazon also handles returns, refunds, customer service, and provides tracking information for FBA orders, further streamlining your workflow. Eligible products enrolled in FBA can receive a Prime badge, offer free 2-day shipping, and be eligible for featured offer placement. FBA also gives you access to a range of tools and optional services you can take advantage of to further automate your business. Enrolling in FBA can give you access to multi-channel fulfillment, or MCF. MCF allows Amazon to fulfill orders for products that you sell through other e-commerce channels. You can automate your business further with FBA label service. When you enable FBA label service, Amazon will automatically apply barcode labels to your eligible inventory for a per item fee. If you handle fulfillment yourself, you will also be responsible for managing returns and refunds. Amazon automatically authorizes U.S. return requests that fall within the Amazon return policy. If a return request falls outside of this policy or is category exempt, it will be sent to the seller for manual authorization. Amazon will send you an email explaining the reason for the return. You will also be informed if the request does not comply with return policies. Sellers are required to respond to return requests requiring manual authorization within 24 hours. You can review and respond to return requests by selecting Manage Returns in the Orders section of the Seller Central main menu. When Amazon authorizes a return, we will provide your customer with a prepaid shipping label on your behalf through Buy Shipping Services. If a customer returns an order and you don't receive the returned item, or if you'd like to refute the refund, you can file a safety claim. The Seller Assurance for E-commerce Transaction Process, known as safety, allows sellers to file claims for reimbursement when Amazon manual payment is required for your order. To get started, select Manage Safety Claims in the Orders section of the Seller Central main menu. You are required to issue a refund within 2 business days after you have received a return. If you don't act regarding the refund, Amazon may refund the customer on your behalf and charge the amount to your seller account. You can issue a refund either after the product is returned or immediately if you are allowing the buyer to keep the product, known as a returnless refund. If you want the product returned, we encourage you to wait until you receive it before issuing a refund to properly evaluate its condition. Monitor the refund to ensure it's issued to your customer in a timely manner. If you don't keep inventory on hand or can't send inventory to fulfillment centers for FBA, you may want to consider drop shipping. With drop shipping, your supplier sources or produces the product and stores the inventory. You host the online store, in this case in the Amazon store, and when a customer places an order, you process the payment and forward the order to the drop shipping service. That service then prepares and ships the order on your behalf. To use drop shipping for your Amazon business, you must be the seller of record for your products. You should identify yourself as the seller of your products on all packing slips, invoices, and external packaging. You should have an agreement with your supplier stating that they will identify you and only you as the seller on all packing materials included in connection with the products. Finding packaging, invoices, or receipts that show a seller that's neither you nor Amazon can create a confusing experience for customers. It's also important to keep in mind that with dropshipping, you are responsible for accepting and processing customer returns for your products.